Welcome to Alex's A to Z, the show where I hate everyone and everything. Yes, 26 episodes a season, a letter an episode, a game a letter. Last time was E, and let's not talk about it. And we are back for F. I'm joined by Hans.
What about you?
Nick.
What up?
And IY.
Hello.
To decide what game I shall be playing next. So Hans, what are we doing today?
We are doing... I just realised how much I hate, when you idle too long and it goes to, a stage demo. We are doing Fire Pro Wrestling World. And I'm sure 3 of the 4 of us are quite excited about that. So we are... I have made us, as is tradition with these sort of things. And that we are loosely based off our old Brawl sprites. And yeah, we're going to let the AI duke it out, and whoever wins, wins. But before we see ourselves, let's go through who has picked what game-wise. So Nick, why don't you start us off?
Go with me last, because I think IY may have the same game as me.
Okay, so Alex, why don't you go first then?
F-E, Fee, Faye, how do you say it?
I believe it's Faye.
Faye.
Okay, and then we'll work backwards then. So IY, do you want to go ahead?
Is one of your games Fury, Nick?
Yeah,
Okay.
but I have a backup if you want to pick that.
Wait, was that your first choice?
No.
No? Okay, then I'll go Fury.
I am going with, I think I said it last time, or not sure if it was on camera though, FIFA 15.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because why the fuck not? Nick?
The original Fallout.
The
Ooh.
original Fallout? Wow.
Yep.
If you win, Hans, I'll let you pick the team for it.
Okay. You're going to regret that. Or maybe I should have picked a more newer one. You could have played The Journey in it.
What?
They had a story mode for 2 years
Alright, okay.
where you played as Alex Hunt. But that is neither here nor there. Guys, let's get into this. So here we are. I pre-selected us.
Oh my god, I'm schmoovin'.
Yeah. So Nick is based off of Macho Man on the left in green. Me with my glorious chest hair is based off of kind of like The Rock. Alex over there in the black with
Man,
pink.
The Rock really let himself go, didn't he?
Alex over there with black and pink decal is based off of The Undertaker, and IY Jivin over there is based off of Ricky Steamboat. So are you guys... I've set it up already, so I've put the AI to level 10. Yeah, you guys ready then? There's nothing really else to do. Oh, reversed. Oh no, you...
Davis,
What?
with the tombstone!
Why wouldn't... I didn't do the tombstone.
I know, but I'm just trying to make it like the bad sports commentator where the names don't ring together properly.
Oh, right, okay.
Davis, with the tombstone!
Oh, Alex, mate, you
Oh,
took
we've
it
all
out.
doing the same thing.
Just throwing dicks.
I was helping you up there.
No.
Help them back down.
And you taunting over me as well?
To be fair, IY would be the sort of wrestler who would just taunt after every move. Oh,
Oh, here we go.
I got fucked.
Oh, no. Bring it up, Nick.
Wait, this is
No,
gonna be...
wait.
Man, you really don't want to play FIFA.
Oh, here we go. Oh.
Good job.
Nailed it. You don't call it Iris for no reason.
The revenge.
Oh, Alvaro. Oh.
Oh shit.
Wow, I am just... Why did I go twice? Oh.
Pin them while they're beating each other.
So enthralled.
Oh, the drop kick.
Oh, with his own drum kick.
God, I've left so much blood in the ring.
I love how everyone's doing drop kicks now.
Yeah, no.
I'm hitting finishers and everyone. Oh, never mind.
See that?
That's good. Oh, 2.9.
Yeah! Oh, shit! Oh, spin someone!
Where's he gonna do?
No. Come on, man, you're exhausted enough already.
Oh, it's gotta be it. It's gotta be it. Everyone's dying. Come on!
Yes! No. Oh my god.
Alex, you are playing FIFA.
Oh
Nick,
man.
you are.
I look so exhausted.
I was dancing on my corpse. Okay. We got FIFA. I think pretty much everyone knows what FIFA is. So I'm not going to say much else other than I used to play FIFA. But that was on the GameCube. And I did play some of the early Xbox 360 ones as well. But I was never any good. For the playthrough of the season, I'm going to play one game and then simulate the next game. Unless I manage to qualify for a tournament. In which case, I'll play every game in that tournament. I'm doing this for 2 reasons. The first reason is to try and keep my sanity and not play at least 38 games of FIFA in a row. And the second reason is something you'll find out in the next episode. Moving on to my predictions. I'm going to be happy if I manage to get to the middle of the table. I don't expect to win the league, but I'm hoping I'm not going to get relegated either. Although I think I'm going to get disqualified from at least one game because I'm a bit too slide happy sometimes, which means I get cards for days. Let's go kick some balls. Whoops. Whoops. Is that a yellow card? First match, first card. In a friendly. You love to see it. Well, we'll just let that play out, shall we? Oh my. Thank God. Thank God. Oh my God. Oh my God. The luck.
Now knew it was coming his way, even though the game went on for a few moments afterwards.
Welcome to the club. Just bought you and I got you a yellow card. You're welcome. Oh, that was just bad. I shouldn't have done that.
Team might be in trouble. They might regret conceding this.
Oh, a straight red.
Yeah, his teammates really needed to kick ball. Got to be dangerous moment. And here's the
Oh my God, how did that happen?
That's the way to really well. Well, they are playing well, Martin, and they're getting plenty of shots in on goal, aren't they?
Gardner planting the ball in the back of the net there. Suck it, Nick.
Got the tackle in. This is going to be a throw.
Oh, is he injured? Oh, what a shame. What a shame.
Just going to get that ball into the box.
Oh, straight red. Get him off. Get him off.
Red card.
Bam. That's what I'm talking about. It feels really good, but it's not me getting sent off.
Things in the team's favour with 11 men here.
It's raining. It's the perfect time to whip out the patented West Brom slip and slide. And then immediately it backfires.
Given a foul here, and it will be a booking. I think we thought at the time, but the referee
What for?
on and let the game flow. He didn't stop it, and I think that's good. He's now exacted the right punishment.
Oh yeah, that. Whoops. I am in the final of the Capital One Cup. I have nearly finished the season, and I'm only now learning that B is tackle. I thought, why was tackle? I've been playing the game with the wrong controls this entire time. I've been running up to people and pressing Y to tackle them, and I've been wondering why I haven't been tackling them. It's because it's not Y. It's B. Great.
And they were new kids on the block then, Alan, and perhaps in 2014 they did very well because more was expected of them. Great opportunity, in with a chance, and the ball's in.
Off to a good start. Off to a good start. Can't wait to see me lose this cup final.
The change really, his career had come to a standstill, so it would do him good to move.
Here's the chance.
Oh my god.
And he scored.
Alright. Okay. Okay.
Oh, it's in there. That's a fine pen.
Oh, I was on the right way and he didn't get his hand to it.
Really didn't, but he really accomplished it well.
I've lost. I've actually lost. Oh, never mind. Never mind. Apparently I just didn't take my side input there.
He scored for your side. The pressure
I lost in penalties. I called it. I did call it. As soon as it went to penalties, I would lose. And I don't understand penalties. And I don't understand free kicks.
whistle's gone. Here's the chance.
What a shot. It's a shame I couldn't do that in the cup game. You were injured. God, the players in this game are so goddamn whiny. Well, there it is. I believe that's the season over. 57 points. 9th place. I'll take it. So it's all over. The season is finished. Since there is no story. Well, I mean, technically, manager mode is a story. So I'll talk about the mechanics behind it. And some of the issues I had with them. So basically, for those who haven't played a manager mode in a FIFA game, you pick a club to manage and play through their season, managing the players, the transfers, playing or simulating the games. It seemed pretty basic to me, but because it's me, I may have completely glossed over a deeper layer of the gameplay. But outside of rotating players to keep their stamina levels high, replacing injured or suspended players, I found I had very little to do outside of the matches. And that's not because I wasn't trying to find stuff. I was. Since the season started with the transfer window, I tried to get some new players in, loan out some players, sell some players. But the whole system behind scouting talent, buying players, and negotiating with them is just a nightmare. The scouting system felt practically useless. I would send my scouts to regions to find players, and I would get a report of names and their position. That's it. I would very rarely get stats, and the stats were like 1 to 99 for some of them, so not exactly accurate stats. And now that's just the first report. You could send a scout to specifically target a player and find out more about them. I thought, that's how I find out their overall stats. That's how I find out just how good they are and how much they would be worth. Nah, you don't find that out. You have to inquire about the player to find out their price, which is, something a scout should really find out, in my opinion. And for what seemed like AI generated players, the stats were just grey. You didn't even get a stat range. On the odd time you did get a stat range, like I said, they were all over the place. The only way to find out someone's actual stats was to buy them and hire them. Which is a pretty big investment to make, to be burned. It sucks. I just can't believe they didn't disclose players' overall scores in the scouting reports. Even the deep dive scouting reports, why don't you get their scores? Why is it locked? I don't get it. Just show me their overall stats. I could be salty because I bought 2 players. Blind, of course, because you can't find anything out about them. I bought a striker and a defender. I just needed subs with good stats because my reserves were all in the 50s while my first team were in the 70s. So I went out and I found 2 players, scouted them. I think the first one was worth like near 2 million and the second one was worth like 4 million or something. I can't remember. I'll have it on the background. I took the risk. The first one backfired. It was a striker with 66, which was significantly lower than all my other strikers. So I think I used him when all my strikers were exhausted or suspended or burnt out or whatever, and I couldn't play them. I got lucky with the second one, I feel. I think it was like a 72 defender. Still lower than my other defenders, but at least I could play him. And after the second one, I just ignored the mechanic. It just seemed like a massive waste of time going through all the scouting reports, trying to find players, guessing their scores based on the 1 to 99 ranges on some of the stats, and searching for players just felt like a massive waste of time. You could go through the time, find a player. Oh, they look like they have decent stats. Oh, you can't buy them. Why are they there to search for then? I just don't get it. So let's move on and talk about the actual players. From what I saw, they are quite whiny. I seem to have a constant stream of complaints about players not being on the main squad for upcoming games because I had them on either the reserve team or on the bench. And usually the reason they were in that position was because they had been suspended or injured. So the game puts up a warning before each game if you have an injured or suspended player on your substitutes or your main team, and highly recommends you put them on the reserves. So by following the game's own logic, I got bombarded by emails of players complaining that they weren't on the team. I do kind of understand why they added player conversations, like you could get more useful information. I think I got 2 useful bits of information from players throughout the season. The first one was someone discussing retirement at the start of the season, and then a follow-up on that, him deciding not to retire at the end of the season. And the second one was a player wanting to find a club closer to home and asking me to sell him, which is pretty impactful on the team, unlike the whiny gets who wouldn't shut up about their place. And talking of managing teams, managing the roster was pretty tedious. Being unable to set up multiple save squads was annoying. If that is a function, I completely missed it because it's not obvious. It meant whenever I had matches with like 2 days between them, I had to go in and replace every player whose stamina didn't recover. Basically redo the whole team, which happened a lot with the 2 different cup fixtures and league matches. It's just so dull. I know you can edit the roster before a match starts, but you can't do that before you simulate a match, which I did for half the games in the season. And it's just a bloody nightmare to have to do it over and over and over again. And I get that's kind of like where some people find interest, but it just got dull and repetitive, and I didn't find it very intuitive. There is a reason I have avoided the Football Manager games and eventually did stop playing FIFA and the FIFA Manager modes. It's just not for me anymore. I used to love it when I was younger. In this game mainly, I don't know about the later titles and the newer ones, but in this game especially, it's just not appealing in any way. It feels like it's just tacked on for something extra besides the typical FIFA gameplay that seems to be pretty standard for all FIFA games. So I'll just move on and talk about the actual gameplay. I mean, it's a FIFA game, so you kind of know what to expect from it. Having dabbled in like a recent FIFA with Hans, it wasn't vastly different, I have to say. Are FIFA games ever vastly different? Let's be honest. I did find there were a few things that annoyed me throughout my playthrough. The friendly AI felt all over the goddamn place. Sometimes they would just run into each other and wipe themselves out. Other times you would see two people crowd around the ball carrier doing nothing, and you're the one that has to come in and get the ball off him. So you'd have 3 people surrounding the ball carrier. Ridiculous. It was super inconsistent, and I have no idea how to manage the team so they aren't doing those stupid things. Which could mean I'm a bad FIFA player, but I mean, we all know that. Another inconsistent thing I found was the game auto-switching what player I was controlling. Sometimes I could be running alongside the ball carrier, so I'm planning to go in for a slide tackle, let's say. But then the game swaps me to like a defender, so I'm slide tackling nothing in my box. Why does it do that? I'll be honest, this experience has reminded me why I stopped playing FIFA games. Don't get me wrong, they are fun when you're with mates and they're having a laugh with it. Especially the crazy modes in the newer FIFA games. Since, you know, that's really the only FIFA I play nowadays when I'm visiting Hans. But having just sat and played through a full season in manager mode, I can safely say I did not have that much fun with it. And having played that many games in a row, sure I simmed half the season, but I play a lot of cup games, it felt pretty awful. It was fun for the first couple of matches, I will admit, but the other like 20 matches, yeah. But how did my predictions play out? Well, happy to say I didn't get relegated, and while I didn't win the league, I don't think anyone expected me to win the league. I did slide a lot, which, if you know how I play FIFA, that's what you would expect from me. But I didn't get as many bookings as you might think. So I surprisingly managed to avoid disqualification from a match, which is a shame because that would have been pretty funny. To end things, let's talk about the Alex enjoyment rating. And this game is getting 54 yellow cards and 3 red cards.